our theme is going to be Toy Story 4. I, for some reason, have only just seen Toy Story 4 and it has absolutely blown my mind. There are so many good opportunities for yoga poses in this. There's awesome baddies, there's amazing action shots, and obviously we have got the classics, Woody, Buzz, etc. So before we get launched into all of our poses, let's get started up with a little sun salutation. Hopefully you've not forgotten how to do it. If you've got a mat, come to stand up at the top of the mat. Otherwise, find a nice spacious area in your carpet or whatever room you're in. Take a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let's get started. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down over your legs. Inhale, hands to your shins, lengthen out your spine and look forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step all the way back to a plank pose. Then send your bum to the sky for downward facing dog. From here, ripple forward into your plank and roll all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift up into your cobra pose, stretch out that back. And exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, send your bum right up to the sky, back for downward facing dog. From here, bend into your knees, look forward and step, hop or jump yourself to the front and bow over your legs. And inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, then take your hands either side of your body for Tadasana, Tadasana. Okay, now, I don't even know where to begin, there are so many poses. So I think we'll start off with a classic, Slinky. Slinky is, of course, a dog. So let's get into our dog pose. First of all, you come into a plank so that you get your measurements, and then send your bum to the sky and keep a bend in your knees. Now, Slinky isn't an ordinary dog, is he? Because he's a Slinky, so his spine is not going to be as straight as ours. So we're going to do a little wiggly activity here to make our spine a bit more Slinky-like. Ripple your body forward into a plank and then go back into a down dog. Do you think you can do that 3 times? Start to straighten out into your legs, ripple forward, almost come all the way down and then push back into your down dog. 2 more times. Ripple forward, start to sink down. Oh, not quite. Send your bum to the sky. Last time. Ripple forward, Slinky pose, or all the way up into your down dog. Now from our downward facing dog or from our Slinky pose, lift up your right foot and kick it really high behind you. Now draw your right knee towards your chest and plant your right foot at the front of your mat and come up into a little low lunge. This pose is going to be Woody pose. We're going to imagine that Woody is on a horse. So take your hands onto your leg, press your hands into your leg and lift your chest nice and tall. If you want to stretch out in your arms here, you can do that too by lifting your arms to the sky and then maybe even taking a bit of a back bend and bring your hands back down. If you want to challenge yourself in Woody pose and make it a little bit harder, you can tuck your back toe under and elevate your back knee. Make sure your spine is nice and straight here. 1 breath, 2 breaths, and take your hands back down to the ground. If you have your back knee off the floor, keep it off the floor and see if you can jump your right foot back into a plank and then back into our Slinky pose. Shall we do another ripple for Slinky? Start to ripple forward, oh, then back into your dog. Let's do Woody pose on the second side. So lift your left foot up and back behind you, nice and high, and make sure you've still got your weight evenly distributed between your 2 hands and your foot. Then from here, draw your left knee towards your chest and place your left foot down in between your hands and come to stand on your knee and take your hands onto your thigh. Woody pose. Remember, you can make this a bit more stretchy by stretching your arms to the sky and looking up and maybe taking a wee back bend, or you can keep your hands on your leg. Now, you've got to make sure you've got a 90-degree angle, a right angle in your front knee here. Otherwise, you're not going to be as supported and you're not going to feel the stretches as much. If you want to make it that little bit harder, you can tuck your right toes under and lift your back knee off the floor. Again, your arms can be in the sky if you want. 3, 2, 1. Take your hands either side of your left foot. Keep your right toes tucked under. If you've not got your right toes tucked under, do that now. So lift your right knee off the floor and see if you can use your core muscles, your belly muscles, to squeeze in and lift your left foot back into a plank and into your slinky pose. So we've done our slinky pose and we have done woody pose. Now from here, let's get into some of the baddies. Start to walk your feet forward until you come to your hands. Then from here, grab onto opposite elbows and let your head hang. This pose is Benson pose, the evil ventriloquist dummies that help out Gabby Gabby. Let your head hang really heavily. You can shake it from side to side and then let your body dangle like you are a ventriloquist puppet. Now from here, release your hands to the floor. Let them be so floppy and see if you can roll all the way up, keeping your hands really heavy, keeping your head heavy, just like you are a dummy. Roll all the way up to standing. Oh. If you want, you can make a really creepy Benson doll face if you want to. Oh, they're so creepy. Let's rewind and do that the other way. So this time, I want you to imagine that your floppy arms are rolling all the way down. So start to send your body forward. You can let your arms swing a bit from side to side here if you want, but make them really heavy, and roll all the way down until your knuckles come to the ground, and then let your body keep rolling, let your hands stay floppy, make sure your head is floppy, and then grab onto opposite elbows and swing in Benson pose. From here, release your hands and roll up to a standing pose and roll your shoulders down. Now it wouldn't be a Toy Story yoga class if we didn't have Buzz Lightyear. So let's stand very evenly on our feet. Take your hands to your hips and lift up your right foot. From here, kick your right foot back behind you. We're coming into balance, so find your focus points and see if you can lift up your left arm and go for it to infinity and beyond with your balance pose. 3, 2, 1, and take your right foot back down. Let's do that on the second side. So this time, left foot is grounded into the floor. Remember to find your focus point. Take your hands to your hips. Pick up your left knee. From here, start to tilt your weight forward and kick your left foot back behind you and see if you can stretch your right arm in front of you to infinity and beyond. Oh, try not to wobble. Keep kicking out through your back foot and release both your feet to the ground. Now from here, keep your hands on your hips. We are going to do Bo Peep pose. Now Bo Peep before Toy Story 4 was very dainty and elegant and la 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 la, but now she has decided she is gonna be a superstar. She's gonna be super strong, she's gonna fight the stereotypes, and she reminds me of Wonder Woman. If you did the Wonder Woman pose a few weeks ago, it's the same as that. So take your hands to your hips, squeeze them, and take your feet nice and wide. Now from here, take your feet even wider and bend into your knees. Draw your shoulder blades back for Wonder Woman / Bo Peep pose. Draw your shoulders back, make sure you've got a nice tight grip on your waist, and stretch into your legs. Come back to the front of your mat. Now, from Bo Peep pose, we're going to go into Forky pose. Forky is the most bizarre Disney character I've ever come across in my life, and I love him. He's so weird. He's all twisted and everything because he's made from rubbish, isn't he? So let's pick up one of our feet and cross it over the top of our other leg. Now from here, you can either stay here or you can snuggle that right foot behind the back of your left foot. It will make you feel pretty wobbly, so you might need to grab onto something. Now from here, if that feels good, sink a little lower, reach your arms to the sky and spread your fingers like they are the prongs of your fork. Reach up nice and high. 3, 2, 1, and release. Back into your Bo Peep / Wonder Woman pose and swap to the second side. Press all your weight into your right foot and cross your left foot over the top of your right leg. Now you can stay here, or you can make it a bit harder for yourself by crossing that foot, double wrapping it around the back of your standing leg. Sit down with your bum and reach your arms to the sky for forky pose. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake everything off. Excellent. Now, 2 more poses before we finish up. The next pose is the fantastic Duke Kaboom. He is the stunt toy that is rejected by his owner on Christmas Day. And he loves to show off all the different poses he can do. This is another balance pose, so remember you need to focus on something that's not moving. Come to stand at the top of your mat and fold all the way down over your legs as if we're back into our Benson pose. Now take your hands in front of your feet and step your left foot back, so we're kind of in a bit of a lunge pose. From here, press your hands into the ground and lift your left foot off the floor. You can stay here, or you can try and make this a crazy stunt double pose, just like Duke Kaboom, by taking one or both of your hands to your right foot. It's really challenging. And see if you can hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and release. You might notice when you do that pose, if you manage to hold onto your foot, that your foot muscles and bones and tendons and everything are going all over the shop because they are working so hard. Okay, let's try that on the second side. Back into your sort of Benson pose, fold over your legs, plant your hands on the ground and step your right foot back as if you're about to come into a lunge. And from here, press your right foot off the floor so you've lifted it. You can stay here, or you can try and grab onto your left foot. You can also challenge yourself just by hovering your hands above the ground. Do whatever feels good. 3, 2, 1, and return back down. I find that really hard. Now from here, instead of rolling back up, we're going to come and sit all the way down onto our bottom and extend our feet away from us. This last pose in yoga world, in grown-up yoga land, is called staff pose. But we are going to call it Gabby Gabby pose. Just like Gabby Gabby, we are almost completely solid. She can't really, because she's a vintage doll, she can't really bend and flop around. Keep your feet nice and tall and draw your shoulders back. Now, even though Gabby Gabby is a villain in Toy Story, Gabby Gabby pose is actually quite a calming pose. You can, of course, make it a little creepier if you want to do a creepy face or a creepy voice. Now, from Gabby Gabby pose, with your feet really sticking up towards the sky, soften into your feet, soften into your legs, and come and lie all the way down on your back. If you want to take a nice long Shavasana, you can pause the video now and you can stay here for 5 minutes or so. Otherwise, we'll stay here for a couple. Let's taking a few little breaths together. Breathe in through your nose and out your nose. Allow your heart rate to settle, allow your heart to beat a little slower than it was. from here, twinkle your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll over to one side. Try and keep your eyes shut. Push yourself up onto your bottom and cross your legs. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Bring your hands to heart center and take a wee second just to thank yourself for making the effort to do the video today. And to thank anyone that's joining in as well on the other side of the computer. Let's finish with 2 breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again. Let's say our secret yoga code word, 3, 2, 1. Namaste. Good job, everyone. I'll see you again next week with another theme, perhaps another Disney related theme. If you've got any requests, send them to your teacher. Okay, see you later guys, bye!